Hey guys, it is Spooky Noodles, and I am here with the writing vlog. This is number 3030. This is a big one. Next big one would probably be 50, but I see 30 as a big one, and yeah, so 30. Um, I don't know how many more of these I'll actually do. To be honest with you, it's kind of becoming the same thing where I just tell you I wrote a little bit and then you guys go good job, and yeah, not these videos don't get that many views anyways. um like they get like 5 to 10 views, which is cool. I mean, any views are cool. I just noticed a difference when I have a haul, I get like 20 views. When I have a review, I get 30 views. But when I do writing vlogs, I don't get a lot of views. So, but I'll continue doing them because I want to update you guys with how I'm doing with writing. Um, Today I did pretty good. I wrote a little bit in both Symbiotic, which is my novel. I wrote a little bit in Space Waste, which is my novella, and I think that's it. I did a little bit of editing for Morbidio. My bad, Morbidio. Can't pronounce my own story. I did a little bit of editing for Morbidio, and it's being edited as we speak. She said she'll do it. Well, she said she'd do it tomorrow. So she'll give it to me sometime soon. Um, but overall, writing was pretty good today. I wrote not that many words, but the word count didn't matter today. I did pretty well. I wrestled with a thought with my novel and finally decided what I was going to do, which is big for me because I was stuck trying to figure out what I was going to do for the longest time. And now I know kind of what I'm going to do, so I decided to write a little bit, and I did it from a perspective from someone I don't do the perspective from very often in the book. So it was a little bit like I had to like kind of like introduce the character a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to think about. I'm trying to think of stories that this character can have that can tell a little bit about himself before he comes to his demise, possibly. I haven't really decided what's going to happen to him. I'm not going to say who because I don't want to ruin the story for you, but because I've been told that I've ruined stories with these writing vlogs, so I'm going to try to keep the revealing of the stories like to a minimum. But yeah, I definitely have been working a little bit today with writing. I had to do stuff like taxes today and unemployment, so and my tax return wasn't that great since I got let go in October. Um, and I worked a little bit in UPS, but because I collect unemployment, that hurt my taxes a little bit. So I'm getting like $800, and I don't know how much from the state, but with that money, I'm gonna take $100 and I'm going to use that towards books. So oh, what's that? What's on my ear? Oh, it's a chicken nugget. It's a crumb from a chicken nugget. I don't know how that got there. I wasn't eating chicken nuggets. Anyways, what was I saying? Um, Writing was good. I did some reading too, and some listening. So I listened to a little bit of an audiobook, and I read a little bit of my book. I had a few bad days because I was a little bit frustrated and have been frustrated for the past like 2 or 3 days. And today I've kind of gotten over that frustrated hump. Now I'm feeling a little bit better, but it took me a while. The day didn't start off too well because I got a letter in my email saying that I was rejected. So I got a rejected letter, a rejection letter, I should say. That hurt. And then what stung even more was seeing all these other people who some people are not even full-time authors. They're just, like, not, and I'm not saying full-time authors like that's a big deal, but some of these people like wrote their first story and got into the anthology, and I feel like I'm just not good enough, because it seems like mine was the only one that wasn't accepted. and it's a bummer. But all it means is I gotta try harder and write better stories. People tell me that it's not that it was a bad story; it's because it wasn't good for the anthology, and I get that. But at the same time, I don't know. I sent in my 2 best stories, at least to my knowledge. There were my 2 best stories, and they didn't like them. So, yeah, it's okay though. It bummed me out for a little while today, but ultimately it was something I needed to hear because I've been thinking about it for a while. Like, are they gonna accept it or not? And if they do accept it, am I allowed to use them for my collection that's coming out this summer? So I'm still waiting on one more anthology. I sent them Portal in the Woods, so I'm waiting to hear back from them if they're gonna use the story or not. And then there's one more publisher that wants a local lore horror story. So take something from around you and make it into a horror story. And I kind of did that with Highway to Hell. If you don't know what Highway to Hell is, it was a story I wrote a while back about this girl who takes her little brother to Hell, Michigan. And on their trip to Hell, things happen, weird things. Like, they actually go to hell, literally. So, it was a good story, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna try to send them that story. And if that story is accepted, like I said, I will it won't be in my collection come this summer. It will go into my other collection that I'm creating. I have a second collection I'm preparing. There's only like 2 stories in it so far, but it's something. I've been writing. I have this one story I need to edit, but I'm so tired and I don't like the story at all, and I just want to kind of use my energy that I have towards stories that I'm enjoying and I enjoy writing. So I don't enjoy this one story called The Lullaby Man, or it's just Lullaby Man. It's for a contest for Chilling Tales for Dark Nights. It's not my favorite story, but it's a story. I gotta get it edited, and then I have to do my own edits first, and then I'm going to get it edited, and then I'm gonna come back and write a little bit more, I guess. I don't know, it depends on how the edit goes. If the edit goes well, but they could suggest some stuff, like they could suggest I do something different, or that I do something in a different oof, sorry for the shaky camera. I do something a little different or something like that, or they have some suggestions I gotta take in in mind. So and I have to hurry up because it's going to be due soon. And same with Morbidio. If I want to send it in for the Valentine's Day narration, then yeah, it's not a contest or anything. It's just Chilling Tales is paying like, I don't know, $50 for a story, and they will have like 3 days of narration claim till someone else can narrate it. But I don't think anyone else is gonna narrate it. So, but I want my story so bad to be narrated. And it would be awesome if Jason Hill, or is it Jason Hill? I think it's Jason Hill. I'm forgetting his name at the moment, but I'm pretty sure it's Jason Hill. If he could do it again, that would be awesome, because he did Portal in the Woods and he did a great job with that one. I'm really hoping that they'll do Morbidio, but I need it edited first, and that's what's going on right now. It's getting edited. And once it's finished editing, I'm going to look it over and see if she has any suggestions or anything like that. If she does, she does a proofread as well, like a second read. So like, she'll edit it once, then you see the suggestions and accept or not accept them. And if she has any suggestions, you can like say yes or no to them. Then she'll reread them and tell you how she thinks of the story. So that's really cool. I found a really good editor. She charges like $1 per page. so that's really awesome. Or I don't know if that's a special deal with me or if that's how much she charges, period, but that's how much she charged me, and I feel awesome because that's exactly what I needed. I don't have much money at the moment, but yeah. I'm waiting for this is non-writing related, but I'm waiting for 2 boxes to come and show up at my door. I'm waiting for a swap box, which is like you take a book and then you replace it with a book and then you send it to the next person. So if you see books you want in that little box, you take some out of it and then you replace them with a book. And I have some books I'm going to replace them with. I have one duplicate, which is Donna Reed's story. I'm just waiting for the box. It should come tomorrow. And if it doesn't come tomorrow, then maybe Wednesday. But it should come tomorrow. I'm pretty certain because the person sent it out much sooner than the other person sent their package out. So it should get there before this package comes. And that package is coming Wednesday. So basically what I'm saying is I have 1 book and I already know what's in the box. So I'm going to take 3 books out of that box and replace them with 3 books. And then I'm sending it back to, or not back to, but I'm sending it to the next person, the last person of the box swap thing. Then Wednesday, I will have another box coming from my auction, and I want a few books in there, including a very special book, which I'm excited to share with you guys. I don't want to give it away right here because, you know, I want you guys to be as excited as I am when I open it. So, yeah. Other than that, I'm still reading Bad Brains by Kathy Koja. I'm 40 pages into it, and I'm digging it. It's a very good story so far. There's not much I can say about it other than how amazing it is. She writes like Clive Barker, and by that, it's very artsy and descriptive, and she uses big words that I have to look up, which sounds lame coming from an author, well, an aspiring author. But I learn words every single day, and then I forget them immediately, but that's besides the point. But I like learning when I'm reading a book. It makes me a better author and a better reader. So reading these kind of books, like when I read the Hellbound Heart book, I learned so many words. I can't recite them to you right now because I've pretty much forgotten them. But if the word came back up, I'd probably know what it means, or at least I'd have a general knowledge of what it is. But yeah, she writes a lot like Clive Barker, and even on the cover, it boasts how she does write like Clive Barker. So it's a lot like Clive Barker, and the story is magnificent. It's about a guy who trips over a parking curb and breaks his head open, and then he's rushed to the hospital. And so far, what I've read so far, it's been like 40 something, like it's been like 35 pages of him in the hospital, and it's just been describing his agony in the hospital, which I think it blows my mind how she was able to write like 35 pages of just him in the hospital. Because for me, I don't think I could write like maybe 2 paragraphs about someone just going to the hospital. But there was a lot, and it described a lot, and it had a lot of analogies and metaphors and stuff like that. Maybe not metaphors, but you know what I mean. And it was really good. Sometimes it was like she'd use one big word after another, and it was really hard to understand what she was talking about. Or she'd say something which I'd never heard of before, like an object, like describing something with something I've never heard of before. So then I would have to look it up, and sometimes I feel like I like when I'm reading, sometimes I don't feel like looking up things, so I'll just skip it. It doesn't hurt the story at all, but yeah, I just skip it. But Bad Brains by Kathy Koja is going swimmingly well. I love it so much. It's so far, if it continues the way it does, with the whole silver creature, the silver line creature that he keeps seeing every time it rains. Well, at least that's how it seems like. Like, it seems like every time it rains, you can see this silver line monster. And it's very confusing because she's not really descriptive about the monster, but all she says is it's like a silver lining or something like that. So I can't wait to see as the book progresses how the monster appears to him. He just got out of the hospital, and now I'm on chapter 2, which is like crazy because it's 40 pages into the book and we're on chapter 2. You know, that's crazy. And I think there's like a total of like 7 chapters in this book, so you know. I'm not sure though. I haven't looked at any of the other pages, so and I have my if I can reach it. I have my copy right here. It's not the cool cover that I want. I'm going to seek out the new cover, or the first cover. This one is a good cover. It's Dell, and the weird thing is it has the same ISBN number as the cover I want. So people are being really vague about it in their shops, and when I'm trying to buy one online, they're all saying that oh yeah, it's the same ISBN number, it's the same book, it's the same this, it's the same that. I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't have the die cut cover. And then they don't answer me. And it's like they want me to gamble buying it, and I'm going to complain to Abe Books, which is where I'm trying to get the book from. I will complain that I did not get the die cut cover, and I will get my money back, I swear to you. Because I don't want another copy of this, because I already own this copy, and I intend to give it to a friend. So, because I think it's a brilliant book, and I think my friend will enjoy it too. I'm not sure which friend I'm gonna send it to. I have a few in mind. So far, every time I send a book to a certain someone, I won't name his name, but I don't know how appreciative of the books that I've given him. I don't know how appreciative what has been, but my other friend deserves it a lot because he's been through a lot lately, and his wife's been through a lot. And it's just a good feeling when you send people books and they appreciate it. So I'm thinking about sending him this book as soon as I get a replacement. And I'm also going to send him a copy of Fear by Ronald Kelly, my favorite book of all time. It's not even close, really. Well, it is close. Well, that sucks. It is close, my favorite books. It's a close competition between Richard Lehman's The Traveling Vampire Show and Ronald Kelly's Fear. So, but this one's taking those books for, making those books run for their money. Excuse me. This book is really good, and I'm connecting a lot with the character because, same with him, I've had a traumatic brain injury, which has affected me in the course of my whole life. So I already know some of the things he's probably going to go through. Mine was when I was a child. This guy's was when he was an adult, and yeah, it reads very well, and they're about to go on. Sorry, they're about to go on a road trip soon, and they haven't really described where they live yet, so I don't know where the book takes place. I don't know what the weather's like or anything, but she's described everything else very well. I am very, very much enjoying this book. I read only like 10 pages today, which actually is quite a bit if you take into consideration that, one day I read 14 pages and I had to put it down because I was reading so much. Then I read a few more pages over the time, and then today I read like 10. So, I've made it quite a bit into this book. My one update from a few days ago was 14 pages in, and then now I'm at page 41 technically. 41. I'm about to read 41. And I'm really enjoying this book a lot. It's just phenomenal. Kathy Koch is from Michigan, if you didn't know. So that makes her a Michigander. And Michigander writers are awesome. I got Robert C. Wilson here. I think that's his name at least. And then I have a Drew Stepek, who wrote Knuckle Supper. Robert C. Wilson wrote In the Tree. I can't remember what the book's called at the moment. If I can pull it out. You guys get the point though. Michigander writers are cool to find. Usually they write from the perspective of Michigan, and I like that. I love books that take place in Michigan. I don't know where this book takes place, but they're going to be traveling across the country soon. I think they said they're traveling to Cali. I'm not sure though. Let me read real quick on the back cover what it says. No, it just says he goes cross country, which every time I think of cross country, I think all the way to California. But we will see. I haven't learned about Dr. Quiet yet, so I'm looking forward to reading about him. But the main character's name is Austin, and I keep forgetting that, honestly. His name's not used that much, and when it is used, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, his name's Austin. His friend's name is Paul, and his ex-wife, his name is Emily. There's a few doctors. I think one off doctors, Stella, Abby, and Vickers. So those are the 3 doctors working on him. It's a really good story. I like it so far. I don't mean to go on a rant about how good Kathy Koja's writing is, but I thought I'd do that. I told her she was a big inspiration to me because I started reading this book and I was immediately like, wow, this is where I want to be at when I become a good author. If I ever become a good author, like, this is where I want to be. It's just an amazing book. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it a lot. Yeah. But for my own writing, yeah, like I said, I did a little bit of writing today, Space Waste, and I deleted a bunch in Space Waste. Like, so giving you a word count is a little hard. I deleted like 6 paragraphs because I didn't like them. I didn't like the way the story was progressing right there and then. It seemed like it just kind of jumped into it and solved answers lamely. Not lamely. It didn't give like a good answer to some questions. It was like an answer that would bum you out. Like, oh man, that's it, type thing. So I'm going to make it a little bit better. I'm going to make it better is what I'm trying to say. Like, my idea I have is that the group splits up into 2 groups, and because they got to go down 2 different hallways, and stuff goes down. I'm going to write it from one perspective, then I'll write it from the other perspective, and then when they meet up, yeah. Yeah, I have nothing else really to say. But yeah, Kathy Koja's writing is amazing. My rating is subpar. Subpar, I should say. I don't know if I said that wrong or not. Oh, I have the book right here, actually, that I wanted to show you guys. It's not the hardcover, because the hardcover is different, but it is signed by the author, so that's really cool. But this is, The Crooked Tree, that's what it's called. And I'm going to be reading this sometime next month. It has a cool die cut cover. Man Bear. But I heard great things about this book, and I can't wait to get into it. I found this at my local bookstore, which is not really local. It's all the way in St. Clair Shores, but I live in Rochester, so that's a little bit of a drive. It's like 20-minute drive or something like that, or 30. I found this there, and I didn't know anything about it other than it had a cool cover, But when I found out that he's a Michigan writer, it takes place in Michigan, and other things, I was like, I'm sold. I'm going to read this. And then I found the hardcover that's signed, and I bought that. So, very excited to own these books. I'm going to start reading this very soon, probably next month, because this month is Black History Month and Women of Horror Month, or Ladies of Horror Month. So there's a few books I have planned to read. I need to buy Nickel Boys. I need to buy, what's it called? A Silver Devil, I think it's called. Something like that, by Victor Lavelle. The other one's by Colson Whitehead, which I think was a football player, but I don't think they are related at all. Colson Whitehead is, I heard amazing things about him and his writing about, when he wrote the Nickel Boys. I have every intention to read that book, or listen to it, because I do need some audiobooks this month, and that would make a good audiobook. Right now I'm listening to Jeff Bezler's, what's it called? Speed Demons. And man, that is a really cool book. Let me tell you. I've been having a fun time listening to that audiobook, and I can't wait to do a review on it, because my review is going to be very good. I already can tell you right now, I'm liking the book. Now, the ending could change the whole thing. If it has a lame ending, then it could hurt the star rating. But so far, it's an above 3-star book. And I want to give it 5 stars right now, but we will see. Right now, there's a bunch of drama going on with this gas station, and I'm really enjoying the story so far, and it's kind of got a supernatural kind of vibe to it, the TV show. And I like that. The two brothers are, one brother is like Dean from Supernatural. The other brother is just kind of like, I guess also kind of like Dean, but in a different way. Like a ladies' man, and he just kind of goes for the ladies, and when he meets a girl, it takes over his whole life. So, but the other version of the guy is a lot like Dean Winchester. I'm in love with this story so far, and I can't wait to listen to more. But it has like an hour and 40 minutes left in it, so yeah, I will give you a review of that soon. I expect to finish it in a few days. The only problem I'm having right now is that I lost my headphones recently, so I would usually go and take a walk with my dog, and we'd just walk around the block, and I'd listen to 20 minutes of an audiobook. Then I'd be home, and then I go upstairs and listen to a little bit more on my laptop while I'm thinking or writing or doing something. Sometimes I read and listen to audiobooks, which is kind of contradictive, but I can do it. It's hard to read a book and listen to an audiobook. I can do it, but only for a little bit of time. Sometimes I have to rewind the audiobook to figure out what's going on, or I have to reread the book. So it's not a great idea to do that. But I usually listen to about 30 minutes a day of an audiobook, and then I read about like 10 pages. I'm a slow reader, but I can comprehend things when I'm listening to it on an audiobook, so, But I forgot why I'm holding Crooked Tree, but I think I was gonna read a little bit of this to you guys. Basically, this is the first paragraph. The isolated dirt road cut a narrow swath through the forest. Its rutted trail had yet to feel the mid-morning July sun. The ground was still cool. That's the first paragraph. I know that tells you nothing about the story, but Crooked Tree, Robert C. Wilson. I am going to purchase another book by him soon. It's going to be called Icefire. As soon as I get the money for it, I have the money for it. Well, I don't. I'm waiting for the taxes to come to me, the tax return. And when it comes to me, I will buy some books. And I have some in mind. I'm just looking at my shelf for no apparent reason. Yeah. This video has gone for 30 minutes. I think it's time to wrap things up. I told you what I wanted to say about my writing. I didn't tell you this though. Last thing before I go, I sent out a message, or not a message, but a post on Facebook asking if someone would like to, I said I wish I had another co-author, or I wish I had a co-author to write with, because I have a good story, but I don't know where to go with it. And this guy responded with me interested in figuring out, reading the story and maybe co-writing with me. So I may have a co-writer for Space Waste, which is supremely cool, like really cool. It's really cool. I've never co-written with anybody before, but it would be awesome to just try. And someone said that the two of us would make a good team, which is pretty cool. I think I'd learn a lot from this guy. He's written books and he's been published before. I have not. I will be self-publishing myself this summer. I have to wait though to release this book. Summer is perfect time to release it, but the reason I'm waiting till summer is because I got one story, well maybe two stories, waiting for approval or rejection. Probably rejection, let's be honest. But yeah, and then I have this one story, like I said before, I'm trying to get it done, or at least edited before February 5th. I want the story to be done, and I'm gonna send it to Chilling Tales, and if they like it, they'll narrate it. If they don't, then they won't narrate it. That's all I really care about, is if they narrate it. I would love if they narrated it, but I don't really care that much about the money. But they do pay like $50 to $100 for your stories, for a 3-day narration clock, if you will. I'm looking very forward to this story. If they don't accept it, then I'll send it to someone else to be narrated. But I don't think I will do that. If they don't accept it at Chilling Tales for Dark Nights, then I'm just gonna throw it in my collection and see how that goes. I might have to replace A Portal in the Woods in the collection, and Morbidio would make a good replacement. So we'll see. But that's all I really have to say today. Book hauls will be coming soon. I'll do a little thing where when I get the swap box, and I'll show you the 3 books I took from the swap box. And then the big auction box is coming Wednesday. I have a lot of books to show you guys, so I won a lot of books. So $170 something worth of books. Yes, I have a problem, but I did have a $65 credit, which shaved it all the way to $110. So that was pretty good. What else am I gonna say? That's really it. It was a good auction for sure. I won a big book, and I can't wait. Not like size wise, but like it was an expensive book, and I got it for a good, well, not a good price really, but I got it for around what it's worth, if not more. It's hard to find this book in good condition, and I found one. So I won it in an auction, and I can't wait to read it. I won't give you any hints because I want it to be a surprise for you guys. But yeah, that's all I gotta say today. I hope you guys had a good day. I hope you have a spooky night. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.